It was another day where I woke up dreaming about yoga today. I do this often. It sounds so corny, but I really do. And I had this whole I was laying in bed because I woke up dreaming yoga, and I had this whole sequence in my head that I was going to do. And then I went back to sleep and I forgot it. What a bummer. What a bummer. So I don't remember what it was, but maybe as I start moving, it will come back to me. I'm Maeve. This is Vinyasa. If you have blocks, have them. If you don't worry. We're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana if it feels good to you. If it doesn't feel good to you, then just choose something else. And I'm going to use the blocks to support my knees so that, one, they're even, because my legs are not even in this position. One falls more open than the other. And this kind of gives me a sense of balance and symmetry. And also, it's not my deepest Baddha Konasana. And then start to tend to your breath, focusing on the inhales, focusing on the exhales.
I swear I moved this Somalia just like moved some Glasgow, cool me down,
And then both knees are going to come up. And they're going to come in toward your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then stretch your legs forward. Let the reach of the legs help to pull you up into Navasana. And your knees can be bent in Navasana. Yeah. Nice. Then you're going to cross at your shins, and you're going to come forward. And then just watch this for a second. It's kind of confusing and a little tricky. I'm just going to turn my back to you for a second. I'm going to take my left foot and put it into the arch of my right foot, and then I'm going to sink back so that I'm getting like a little bit of pressure of the top of my left foot into the arch of my right foot. If this position, like if something feels painful, you know to skip it, right? But it's giving you just like a little pressure into that arch. And then come back. And then do the same the other way. So the top of the right foot goes into the arch of the left foot, and then just sit back. Good. So just bringing a little awareness into the feet. We're going to wake up that arch a bit. This was not in the dream I had about yoga. This is a punt. It seemed like it would feel good. Beautiful. And then come forward. And then tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog, please. Bend your right knee. Press your left heel toward the floor more. Balance the energy in the arms and the shoulders and the hands. And then switch. Straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. And then both heels press toward the floor. Consider lifting the toes up and pushing the heels down more. Engage the quadriceps a bit more. Let the hips rise higher and palm the floor with a greater connection of your entire hand pressing down. And then draw the right knee to your chest. Place your right foot forward, left knee down if it's okay. Pad your knee if you need to. And then rise up on Janayasana. I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot. I'm going to apologize. It's really annoying when people do that. I am fully aware. But it's better than me talking with a frog in my throat. So left arm's gonna come up, bend the left elbow, right hand is supporting. Engage the left glute and just shift the hips any amount forward. Like it's really not that big. So I like to imagine I'm getting a stretch all the way up from my right knee, up the whole, I'm sorry, left knee, all the way up that whole left side of my body. Into my tricep, into my shoulder. Good, release your hands down, come onto your fingertips, tuck your back toes, straighten the back leg. Good, and then root the back heel, reverse warrior, come back. And then if it feels okay, left elbow is gonna bend and support with the right hand. Connect both feet fully to the ground. So like claim the ground under you. I know I say that a lot, but like own the ground, like this is my ground. And then with those feet firmly pressing down, notice where the right knee is. And if it's collapsing over to the left, get a sense of wrapping that inner right thigh open and lengthening from groin to knee to keep that knee tracking over that right foot. Really nice. Reach forward, bring your hand down, floor or block or your own shin, triangle. Left hand comes around. Step back, plank, float the right leg up if it's okay. Stay for a few breaths. Maybe get lighter in that left hand. Maybe left arm comes overhead. And then lower down to your belly. Shalabhasana. And downward facing dog, press it up and back. Beautiful. Pause and downward facing dog. Really, really nice. Beautiful. And then left knee draws forward. Place the left foot forward, right knee comes down. And then rise up. Yeah. Good. Engage the right glute. And then bend that right elbow, support with the left hand. And so your right hip is engaging. And you can sink a little forward. But you're not just collapsing forward. You are supporting and connected to that front foot, and it's meeting any weight that might come forward by pushing back. Yeah, really nice. And then bring the hands around. Come to fingertips. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg, and then turn the heel in. Good. Rise up, reverse warrior. And then if it feels okay, you can bend the left elbow. Good. And then own the floor under you. You can play with your stance as much as you need to. As far as the width and the length of the stance, make it work. Make it feel right. So good. And then straighten the front leg, tip over, triangle. One more inhale. And then right hand releases around. Step back plank, float the left leg if it's okay. And then get lighter in the right hand and consider that right arm coming up. Woo. And then lower to your belly. Shalabhasana again. And downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Come up halfway, inhale. And fold with your exhale. Inhale, rise up to stand. And draw your hands to your heart with your exhale. Beautiful. Let's just get rhythm and breath together. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. So good, Gabriella, beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Right foot steps back. Left foot is forward. Crescent, inhale. Right arm bends if it's okay. Maybe a little side bend to the left. And then release your hands down to the ground. Breath in and plank. Lower down chaturanga or the floor. Cobra or up dog or shalabhasana. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhale, right leg back. Right foot steps forward, exhale. Crescent, inhale. If you want, bend that left elbow, side bend to the right. Rise up, inhale. Hands down, step forward. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Left foot steps back. Crescent, inhale. Bend the right elbow. Side bend. Left. Rise up. Hands down. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Rise. Up dog, cobra, shalabhasana. Down dog, exhale. Left leg stretches back. Left foot steps forward. Crescent, inhale. Elbow bend, side bend. Come back up. Hands and feet top of the mat. Halfway, inhale. And then fold. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Plank, exhale. Breath in, inhaling. Lower down, exhaling. Your back bend, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Really nice. We're going to start to flow through Surya Namaskara A. And I'm going to address a couple things that I get questions about often. You do not have to jump into chaturanga. You don't have to jump at all. You can jump into plank and it's not going to hurt your shoulders unless it hurts your shoulders. As we are starting to jump forward, you don't have to jump forward. You can step forward. If you're working on jumping forward and it's frustrating you, Don't let it frustrate you. Have fun with it. Think of it as like a leapfrog game. Try to get your hips up over your shoulders. You might have to take your hands forward. It might scare you, but have fun with it. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. So I'm going to give you some tips on all these transitions. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow. Come halfway, inhale. Plant your hands. You can jump it back. If you want, think about going not as far back. Like, don't think about going crazy far back. Take the feet back. Be strong. Chaturanga. Mister. Inhaling up. And then down dog. Exhale. You're really into Surya A today, huh? So here's a good tip for if you want to jump forward. If you have a cat or a dog, they're a really good motivator. Think of yourself as like Evel Knievel, right? A yoga block or a blanket or a towel works also. But you want to jump over said item that you put in the middle of your mat, lift your heels, bend your knees, and you want to get up and over so that you don't land on your friend. Come halfway, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Rise, inhale. And then hands to your heart, exhale. I don't recommend using an animal or a human unless you feel at least moderately comfortable here. Inhale, rise up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. They also don't really let you flow. Down dog, exhale. He doesn't give me enough space for my back bends. You're a little stinker. All right, next tip. You're gonna load the legs. Bend your knees, stretch your butt back. Doesn't matter if you get there all the way. Load up, and then up and over. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Your path back to down dog. So if you want, plant your hands. You can take your hands a little in front of you too, and then you really don't have to go very far back. So you can kind of play with that. Mister's really giving me slack here so that you're here. I actually went too far back, so I really didn't want to get him. Up dog, down dog, make your way into down dog. Enjoy some breath there. This is what happens when I go away. They've been like glued to me. Little. All right, down dog. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Look forward. Feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. And then hands into your heart, exhale. Chair with your inhale. And we're going to sit down and we're going to find boat pose again. This guy, really. I know you can't see him. I saw the best like meme the other day. It was like, my niece sent it to me. It was like people with black cats. And it's like, isn't it cute? And it's like, just like this black circle and two eyes. And it's like, Mister, unless he's like looking at you with his eyes open, you probably can't even tell he's here. And I'm like, he's so cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't see anything. Okay. We're going to take this into a low boat. Littles. I'm going to have to boot you out. So low boat to high boat. Can sometimes, we're going to do it a few times just on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep going like that, and I'm going to talk for a second so I don't squash my cat. It can help to turn on those muscles that might help you with jumping forward. There's a lot of things at play there. So when I get questions on how to do it, and I love your questions. I love your questions. I love them because it gives me something to talk about. But there's a lot of factors at play. Shoulder stability, shoulder strength, core strength, also just the way our body's made up and like the length of our torso to our legs. And then confidence. confidence, my friends. Come up, stay up. And then cross your shins, downward facing dog, however you want to get there. So I don't want you to be overconfident where you just start trying anything without any regard for your life and your neck or your body. But I want every pose we do today, even if you're doing it what you might think to be wrong, there's no wrong poses, you know this. I want you to do them with confidence. And I don't like it when I say I want, but I do. I want you to do them with confidence. It's going to be a game changer when you put your mind in that place of, I've got this, I can do this. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale back. And then over to the left. Inhale back. And then place your foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1, rise up. And then remember, this is just yoga. This is just a means to explore movement, your breath, your body, your mind, your being. And there's a nice focus in giving yourself goals and working towards certain poses. That's a really valuable thing. But they also don't actually matter, right? So if there's something you're working toward, can you laugh about it? Can you not be frustrated by it? Can you just enjoy the process? Bring your hands behind your hips, lace your fingers. Pull your heart open. And then bow forward, humble warrior. And back up into warrior 1. Release your hands down. And then your pathway to down dog. And from downward facing dog, left leg stretches back. And then left knee, left elbow. Inhale back. And cross right. Inhale back. Step it forward. Warrior 1, rise up. Connect your feet down. Find that dance between straightening the back leg and bending the front knee. And then release your hands behind your hips. Switch the lace of your fingers. Inhale, open the heart. So nice. Bow forward. With an inhale, rise up. Reach up. Warrior 1. And bring your hands down. Exhale. Plank inhale. Your path to down dog. And then pause in down dog. Enjoy this moment. Stay here if you want. And then if you want, we're going to work on some hops here. You're going to shorten your stance a little bit. You're going to lift your heels, bend your knees, stretch back, and then lift up. And so this is the first part of the hop to the top of the mat. And then we're going to all come top of the mat. So then you have to trust yourself to lower your legs down, right? Yeah. Come halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Press up to stand. And draw your hands into your heart. Inhale, chair. Forward fold, exhale. halfway inhale. Hands plant. Step back, maybe jump back. It's not as far as you think. Inhale, rise. And downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Inhale back. Right knee, left elbow, exhale. Inhale back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Warrior one, rise. Hands behind your hips, exhale. Inhale, heart to sky. And exhale, humble warrior, bowing forward. Your inhale draws you up, reach up. And then pause, hands come down to the ground. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. See if you can lower into dolphin, forearms come down. You are welcome to lace your hands together. You're going to bring that right foot down. Bend both knees. Look at your hands. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up. Inhale. Chaturanga. Rise and open. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Full breath in. And breath out. Left leg back. Inhale. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, cross. Inhale back. Exhale, foot forward. Warrior one. Release your hands behind your hips. Fingers lace, heart to sky, inhale. Yes. And then bow forward. Nice trade. Rise, inhale. Hands to the ground. So we've got this transition where we're going three-legged dog, left leg to the sky, and we just see if we can lower those elbows down. Release the left foot back down. Bend both of your knees. So engage your center. Look at your hands. Lift up. And then chaturanga. Rise and open. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Stay here for a few more breaths or shorten your stance just a smidge. So shorter stance, I think, gives you like less distance to go. I mean, it's that simple. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Couple more hops here. This time, if you want, kind of like bend your knees, and then just bring your feet forward. It doesn't matter if you land with your legs straight. Yeah. Come halfway, inhale. And then fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Hands to your heart. Take your left arm outside your right thigh. Revolve chair. Good. So, your knees, and for years I was a stickler about this, and I've gotten very loose on it, with good reason. Your knees do not have to stay together. They can shift a little bit. So if your left knee comes a little bit forward, but that feels better on your back or on your hips, awesome. Awesome. If you feel comfortable with your knees locked together, great. Keep them locked together. Come into center. Yes, yes, yes. Nice polo. Hands come down. Either enjoy a forward fold or take your knees to your triceps and start to tip forward for crow. And then come back to chair. And then hands to heart. And right arm outside your left thigh. And so same thing on this side. So I'm not going to cue you to let that knee come forward. And actually, it's funny because on my body it doesn't feel good, which is why I think for so long I was like such a stickler about keeping your knees together. But if you get anything in the like back here that doesn't feel good when the knees are together, give yourself some play and let the right knee kind of fall forward. But if you're happy here with knees together, be there. So you can kind of follow how your body feels. Beautiful. Yes, Gloria. Take another inhale. And then release your hands down. Same thing. Forward fold, love it, be here. If you want, hands come forward. Lift your heels, put your knees onto your triceps. Without taking your feet away from the ground, you shift forward. Then, when you feel like you've kind of found your center, literally, like you found like your center, where like the tipping point is, your feet might float up. If you're very comfortable in crow, you might start to push the arms a little straighter. Good. And then, from wherever you are, take the heart forward. If you want, put your feet down. If you feel comfortable here, take the feet back for chaturanga, maybe one at a time. And then lower down if you're not directly into chaturanga. Move through. And we'll come to down dog. We're going to shorten up our dog. Take a good step in. And then right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep, right elbow, tip forward. Inhale, take the leg back, and then cross over to the left. Inhale back, and then right foot between your hands. Left arm outside your right thigh. And we twist. So now you might need to lengthen that stance out since we had a shorter down dog. So I had you shorten up your down dog so that you get a sense of being more forward, which is that same sensation for jumping forward, which can kind of elude you and feel a little scary. Really nice. One more inhale. Release your hands with your exhale. Straighten both legs, lift the right toes up. Good, start to lengthen your spine forward. Maybe walk your hands back a little bit. See if you can pick up that right leg, move it back, and then standing splits on the right leg. Left leg lifts up. And standing splits are perfect. You know this. If you want, keep some distance between your foot and your hands. Rock forward. And just get a sense of what that lift might feel like. Chair, top of the mat. Right knee lifts up. And then turn to the right. Yeah, maybe take the foot. So good. Beautiful. Stay twisted. Just release the knee or the foot. Stay on your left leg. Half moon on the left leg. So good. You're gonna step that right foot back, goddess pose. That was not nearly as slick as I intended it to be. Arms come together, keep the elbows together, split the hands, sink a little deeper. One more inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Square off your feet, Prasarita Padottanasana. Good. You don't have to change anything. You're perfect as you are. If you love coming up into a headstand, you're welcome to do that. This is where I want you to be confident, but I want you to be smart, all right? So with confidence comes intelligence, yeah? So if you're coming up into headstand, you can do Shirshasana 1 with the hands laced, or if you want Shirshasana 2 tripod headstand. You want to find that you're not taking all the weight on your head, on your neck. You're using your arms as, especially, this is like the best way to kind of find that strength of like pushing the ground away and getting light in the head. I'm going to give you a few breaths here. So even if you're just in Prasarita, enjoy this time. I don't love headstands, so I'm going to skip it, especially because I've got this head cold or whatever's happening to my sinuses. But you can still mimic the arms, even if you're not going up. You can mimic the length of the spine. And those of you in headstand, straddle back down. And then lengthen the heart forward. Walk your hands over to your left leg. And then just sink down into that hip any amount. Skandasana, you're at the top of your mat. Good. You're going to turn your hands to the top of your mat. You're going to put your right knee down on the ground and slide your left. I'm actually going to go on an angle here. You're going to slide your left shoulder inside your knee. That might be the extent of your play. Maybe your hands come down. You look up. And when you look up and lift up, your leg starts to lift up. And then you might find chaturanga in the arms, and that right leg might not even leave the floor. I love working arm balances with points of contact so you can really feel how to be in it. And then make your way back into downward facing dog with or without chaturanga vinyasa. And then we're going to shorten up our down dog again. Inhale, left leg back. And then left knee to left elbow. So you should really feel like you're tipping forward. And then inhale back. And then exhale, cross to the right. And then inhale back. And then left foot comes forward. And then you might need to lengthen out your stance a little bit more. Take your right arm outside of your left thigh. And we twist. Claim the ground under you.
Surrounded in the cold, you take me to places I've never known, and you push me to places I'll never go. I would die for you. Tell me the truth, am I all that you would need if we're keeping.
Release your hands down, and then straighten the front leg, and maybe lift the toes up.
I would ride for you, yeah, but you got me shot down by love. You got my.
And then start to lengthen the spine forward. Take the hands, start to walk them back toward the back of your mat. See if you can pick up that left leg and bring it back a little bit to come onto your left foot for standing splits. Right leg lifts up. And this is beautiful as is. You don't have to change anything, but if you want, you can play with Just taking like little lifts here.
Why won't you stop now?
So the more comfortable and confident you get in shifting your weight around and feeling the physics of that, the more comfortable and confident you get in shifting your weight around. And it makes moving through transitions, moving between poses, substantially easier.
But I hold on to the poems I would write you. Happy 17, I saw us.
Good. And then chair at the top of your mat. Really, really nice. Really nice. Yes, Kazi. And then left knee's going to lift up. And then take the knee or take the foot and twist.
Why won't you stop now? Oh, I've been knocked down by you.
So good.
When you got my heart now, why won't you stop now?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. I see you, Polo. You got it. And then open this up. Stay facing this way. You're standing on your right leg, Ardha Chandrasana.
Oh, I've been shot down by love. You got my heart now. Why won't you stop now? Oh, I've been
And then we're going to transition to Goddess.
by you.
Good. Elbows together, hands apart, elbows up. I want to come back to that idea of like moving with confidence and being confident. There's also, it's not like being full of yourself, right? Confidence is totally different. You can still have a lot of humility and be humble and be confident. You can not be good at something and still be confident about trying it, right? Good, and then forward fold, wide leg, and Prasarita, second time here. Be however you want. If you want another headstand, I encourage you, this is when we practice, right? This is practice. So if you're not doing it, if you are doing it, and you're choosing Shirshasana 1 as like your foundation here, push the forearms down. Feel the shoulder blades move into the back. You can take weight and contact into the head without going up. Beautiful. And you can play with the legs if you like wrapping the legs in eagle, or if you want to take the legs out wide and straddle and take a twist and twist. Those are actually my favorite things to do in headstand, but I'm still not going to do it today. It sounds so fun though. If you're doing tripod, using the hands, owning the ground under you, and not just pushing all your weight into your head, but letting your hands receive weight. Yes, so good. And you're going to come down with control from your headstand. Yes, so those transitions are everything. This is my new top of the mat. You're going to come into your right hip for Skandasana. And I'm actually going to flip it around this way so that you get a different perspective on this next little ditty. Bring your hands around, put your left knee down, and then work your right shoulder inside. And that can be it. Your hands come behind your foot. And then when you start to pick up your heart, your leg's going to lift up. And then your back leg can stay down. It doesn't have to come off the ground. You can work the foundation of this pose. I think in a lot of ways it's actually a little harder with the foot down because you're really working in a lower level, like a lower range. Good. And then when you're ready, with strength, back to downward facing dog. And you have time for a child's pose if you'd like to take a child's pose. Really nice work. We are going to take some time to get upside down. And I'm going to time it. I'm going to time what we're going to do. So if you're very comfortable in Pinchamayurasana, you could do this in Pinchamayurasana. If you're very comfortable in headstand. Handstand is going to be my preferred modality today. because there's a lot of ways to be in handstand without actually being in handstand. But if you want to go into a full handstand, we're going to go 1 minute. 1 minute. We haven't done this in a long time, I know. A minute in handstand. That doesn't mean that you have to stay there if it's like you just can't stay up. You don't stay up, you come down, you go back up. You can be in handstand a lot of different ways. You could be in handstand like this. Yeah? So you could work here for a minute. Really strong. You could flip that over, which I think is actually harder than holding handstand for a minute, but you can hold an L like this for a minute. Or you can use the wall. You have to be like super proficient to just hold it in the center of the room. And we're gonna go for 1 minute, okay? So on my timer, you have 10 seconds to get ready. And we're gonna go up in 5, 4, 3, you can always do something else, 2, 1, go. Of course, I can't now see my watch, which poses a problem, but don't worry, I promise I won't keep you longer. You're halfway. I had a feeling that was the halfway point. Yes, yes, yes. So good, Gabriella. Beautiful. Ooh, this hair of mine. Yes. Beautiful. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Beautiful. Come on down. Give yourself an easy forward fold. If you'd rather go all the way down to a child's pose, that's cool too. Really, really nice. Well done. Well done. Mm-hmm. When you're ready, come onto your backs. I'm going to use 2 blocks to start. We're going to do some back bends, and I'm going to use them under my feet. I like them wider than my hips. Shoulders, feet pressed down, heart toward your chin, tailbone kind of lengthens toward the back of the legs. Maybe lace the fingers, maybe not. Really sit down. Good. Pause or lift your feet up, curl your shoulders up, and just hold here. It's like a modified low boat. And then release. Bridge, maybe upward facing bow with or without the blocks. Inhale, rise up and open. So if your feet are on the blocks, you really have a lot more space, and if you want to use your hands behind your hips to kind of guide your pelvis, I really like this version, and with the blocks, I feel like it's more accessible to more people, where you can kind of send the tailbone away and feel like you can lift the front hip points forward toward the rib cage a little bit. Another breath in. Really sit down. Rest or shoulders up, legs up. Maybe extend the legs out this time. And then one more back bend of your choice. Inhale, rise up. Your exhale brings you out. And then feet wide, knees drop into each other. And then neutralize the feet, the knees, the hips. Cross left ankle to right thigh. Lift the right leg if it feels good. If you want support on the right leg, maybe you don't. Maybe you just lift that right leg up and you work left ankle to right thigh into left ankle. And then switch legs. And then release that. And if you feel comfortable doing so, we're going to finish how we started. Supported, reclined, bound angle. So soles of the feet together, blocks under knees. If you want, just legs out straight, or if there's something that feels better to you, that's how you'll finish. Allow your eyes to soften. Allow your breath to get quiet. Deepen your breath. Knees together. And then hug them in. You can roll to your side and rise to sitting. If you're comfortable rocking up, go for it. And just come around to a tall seat. Bring your hands to your heart and just simply bow your mind to your heart. Honor what you just did. Lift up, eyes open gently. Thank you for your practice.